All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gamers Federation. It's your boy AI. Joined today by two more generals, Federation generals. Dub D in the house. And we got
Here comes a new challenger!
King Bean is in the building. What's happening, fellas?
Going on?
What's happening?
So, this is a follow-up to our Naruto, or Dub D's Naruto, a little segment, a piece. And we're going to talk about what actually happened to the trifecta, the Holy Trinity that was in Naruto. And by Holy Trinity, I mean Ninjutsu, Genjutsu, and Taijutsu. Now, when it first started, these were the main pillars that separated everybody. And who comes to mind? Rock Lee, Might Guy, strong with the Taijutsu. Then you had the Genjutsu.
Itachi, Kurenai.
Who started off nice with the Genjutsu?
That's the main two that I know of. Itachi and Kurenai.
That's the only two?
I mean that actually, is like
Real proficient with it?
characters that are well known for it. Honestly, you could just really say mainly Itachi because he had that Tsukuyomi.
That's when he put you into another dimension or something like that?
Yeah.
Anyway, now it seems like, what is this, primarily a mixture between just ninjutsu, from what I understand?
Really? I mean, ninjutsu, and if you got them eyes, man, that's it right there.
I mean, was the whole Sharingan, Rasengan like the demise of Naruto in a sense, since it was so powerful when they first?
As far as combat goes, I would say that those kind of led to the demise, but I think it was just the overall pacing and just them trying to top themselves, and it's like they kind of wrote themselves into a corner with like the abilities, because like we talked about previously when Naruto first started, the three different types of jutsus were all equally placed as far as like who was proficient in them and what, and just the emphasis on jutsu wasn't as great as it is now, because back then jutsu was kind of like a one-upper or a trump card. Like, let me go ahead and fight you with my fist, maybe throw some ninja tools at you, and then throw a couple of hand seals, and then I'm gonna do my special. Now it's like, shoot, they not even bringing tools to the battlefield no more, and hardly anybody's squabbing unless it's like Might Guy or somebody, but it's just straight jutsu now.
Right.
Straight jutsu. So, what about you, Bean? What do you think as far as the trifecta is concerned? What do you think kind of made the shift? I mean, obviously, with the ninjutsu being so strong and the chakra being the centerpiece in how the people in Naruto, the ninjas in Naruto, go about doing they moves and stuff like that. What kind of got it kind of stagnant?
Originally, I did see that they set it up to let you know about three different types of ways of fighting, because that's what it really was. It's just ways of fighting. You can use Taijutsu, which is hand-to-hand combat, Ninjutsu, which is ninja magic or whatever, and then you got Genjutsu, is like kind of like illusion.
Right.
And they taught you about the three different ways of fighting, but I pretty much knew originally, because there wasn't enough people that were super proficient in Taijutsu by itself. You had like Lee and my guy. They was like, because that's all they do is Taijutsu. And then you had people like Neji with the Hyuga clan that was doing, gentle fist, but that still was using kind of like infused ninjutsu with it in a sort of sense. So it wasn't enough people that's using Taijutsu or Genjutsu for that to be the main, for it to be an even playing field with it, because everybody has some type of ninjutsu minus Lee.
Right.
So eventually I knew that the ninja magic or whatever, you know, ninjutsu was going to kind of lead off. Now I would have liked to see visually them continue with the
a mix.
different fighting styles, because everybody kind of had a different fighting style too. So I would have liked it for them to have kept doing that, but I do understand that once you get to a certain power level, just like all these other shows, whether it's Dragon Ball Z or Yu Hakusho, you know, eventually it becomes like, you know, a power contest, and you know, you eventually you know, the Taijutsu is gonna get, you know, waved out eventually.
Right.
I mean, Genjutsu, it's only a handful of people that can do it, so that's why it's in there, but it's not that much in there because now not too many people can do it.
I mean, the way I always looked at it was, I sentiment your comments exactly, because like you said, it just wasn't enough people doing it. What I thought the way they was gonna go with was the whole, you know, at first, because you had to kind of train to use certain moves. You know what I mean? And then after a while, you got to the level where we ain't trained enough now. We're just gonna be able to learn everything. And I kind of missed that, you know, the whole journey of learning a new move. Although they are in what is this, the second Shinobi War? Probably the third one.
The fourth Shinobi War.
Oh, yeah, the fourth Shinobi War. Fourth Shinobi War. So since in the time of war, everything is going to be accelerated. I understand that, but you know, it came a point where it was like, okay, I was in it because of the action and what you could do with the moves and the ninjutsu, versus now it's just, you know, a whole bunch of ninjutsu and it's just moves. You know, people not really going hand to hand. Is here, have my summons and stuff fight for me.
I mean, basically, typical of like Japanese writing and anime, it's the same thing over and over. Whenever you have something like that can go either way, it's like they take things to an extreme too quickly, and it's like they write themselves into like this lull, like this corner where it's like, well, we made this real dope, so we just got to keep building on this. Just like with Dragon Ball Z, you know, they made the whole Saiyans and Super Saiyans and stuff like that, and they was real bad with it because people like Krillin and everything, shoot, they was obsolete after Frieza, and that's barely like
it was obsolete before Frieza.
Yeah, it was obsolete for Vegeta.
Yeah, you know, he came back with the Destructo disc, which became obsolete real quick.
I mean,
it was a much better show when everybody was closer to each other. Like, in a sort of sense, Dragon Ball was a much better show than Dragon Ball Z, even though it wasn't visually. But as far as writing wise, it was a lot better because you had people with different type of moves, and they were all kind of like on an even playing field. Versus, you know, is Goku and them. Not even the gap between Goku and Vegeta had got too big. Like, he didn't even have that.
Yeah.
It was way off. And that's kind of where it's at now.
Yeah.
With Naruto, the gap between him and his compadres that was better or equal than him, it's just way too fast. It's way too fast. Like, he's separated himself from the Hokage.
He basically like, oh, the village is in danger with Naruto is.
Yeah.
and I guess that is probably my.
And that's the downfall to me. Like, I can deal with people being real too strong, or taking out the Taijutsu kinda, or, you know, it's not very many Genjutsu users, so taking that out, I'm fine with it because it was a lot of different people with different powers still.
Right.
But for you to just choose, you know, one character and make them above all else, always going to be a downfall in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, I mean, my thing is that's one, and the way they didn't have to do that, the way the Naruto lore is, they didn't have to go that route. You know what I'm saying? They have enough latitude and longitude to get creative with a lot of the stuff that they do. You know what I mean? They didn't have to go the whole, okay, he's OP now, so everybody else is a non-factor. when it comes to real battling, like I guess I haven't been keeping up, so I guess I'm pretty sure they're battling Madara now, or somewhere near that. So and then you know, I know Madara. He ancient, so he gonna be all the way up there. You know what I mean? So for Naruto to even get that close, I mean somebody gonna have to get accelerated. I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm not too far into it. Like to give the listeners a brief synopsis on where I'm at with it. I kind of stopped right after the Pain Saga, so I'm all the way back.
In all honesty, also they had enough people for them to fight that could have been on Madara level if they wanted to. But what they did was not only did they make Naruto super beastie, they ended up making it Madara, you know, just as beastie as Naruto, to even it out. And so then now even the
Hyper combo finish!
Which it also kind of brings, not to cut you off, but it also kind of brings some story inconsistencies too, because I'm sorry y'all, that's my damn phone. Let me mute that. But it also brings some story inconsistencies too, because just like how I was talking to y'all both before, if Madara is that cold, I mean, granted, right now where he's at, he has a Rinnegan, so I know that brings you to a whole nother level. But aside from that, his battle prowess and his abilities and everything like that, like if he was that cold, then it raises questions like, well, how the hell did he beat? How the hell did Hashirama whoop him? You know?
Hold on. Hashirama, that dude. I'm gonna stick up for Hashirama because, see, when they started talking about the wood jutsu, people was hating. Oh, what you gonna do with wood? But Hashirama, that dude. But anyway, go continue.
But I mean, you know, which I mean, still to this day, like other than like building things, me personally, like I want to know why the wood jutsu is so coveted, other than it being able to control tail beasts. But I mean, I guess just that within itself is makes it invaluable.
I think it's deeper than just the wood jutsu, because Hiroshima, whatever his name is, I can't get it out. His main thing is also he got the healing factor.
But that's his chakra though. Like he has a lot of chakra, so he's also the progenitor of like the techniques that like Tsunade and Sakura use. So it's kind of like he developed that.
So I'm just saying, like with healing factor, everybody know if you got healing factor.
I mean, look at Wolverine.
You know, you have to be on another level than everybody else, and if you can put that with also being able to, you know, he can go sage mode, you know, that's his own little thing. So I mean, he's gonna definitely be on if not an even playing field, he's gonna be better just for the fact that I got healing factor. I mean, I'm never gonna be getting weak. So I mean, they did give him that to even it out, in my opinion.
My thing is this. Another thing that they didn't have to do, but they did it, was they made those two particular physical attributes the best, which is the Sharingan and the Rinnegan, right?
The Rinnegan.
Rinnegan, I'm sorry. Those are probably some of the most coveted items in the Naruto lore. You got people losing eyes, gaining powers from eyes.
Well, those two in sage mode. Like if you got a sage mode, like they got the one that Orochimaru got, the snake sage mode or whatever. Then you got, of course, the toad sage mode, and then
Hashirama just pop up with the sage mode.
Wood sage mode, whatever that is, all the way. I'm not really sure.
Which I don't know where he learned his from. I don't know where Hashirama learned his from. He must have learned from the damn Great Deku tree or something, cause he just like, sage mode. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
When did you learn that?
He ain't have to be still to do his.
I mean, like, he's like a switch. He just cut it on and then like, whoop.
Yeah, everybody cutting their sage modes on different, cause Naruto get a shadow clone, make him sit still. Then Jiraiya, he had the toad sitting on his back, whistling and shit, singing songs while he got his sage mode on. You got
going into battle with merry melodies and whatnot.
He just his own. It's kind of like in a sort of sense like ancient martial arts. You know how like our martial arts we have now is like watered down, and like ancient martial arts was like meant for like killing, and it's probably more effective. That's kind of how they got on Naruto. Like everybody back in the day is damn near colder than they are now. Like almost like they stuff is watered down, except for a few people, but because everybody didn't brought back have been like way colder down there.
I like my boy Hashirama, but if I had to pick a past Hokage, my boy Tobirama with the water, because he's also the one that created the Edo Tensei.
Well, I mean, come on now. You can't, and that's cheap. Because you picking a creator though.
I mean, I like him not because of that, but I just like his character and the way he was drawn. I like his demeanor. Like he, serious, gets straight to the point. Like we need to do this. Y'all BSing. Madara is starting the war and stuff like that. I mean, I also liked Gaara's dad because he got that gold dust and old dude with the dust release.
Gold dust.
Yeah, fool. He got gold dust.
What's that? 24 karat.
It's a heavier, denser version of sand.
Oh, okay, I can rock with that.
Yeah, they got him that do the gold dust. I also like Mu, which is the dude that does dust release. He like combines like 3 different Kekkei Genkai to do like a particle. Like it's crazy, dude. Like you behind, but they got people with like
I said, they still got the moves. That's what I'm saying. I like it still. They got the moves, but what they messed up on was creating that gap between so from all the people that's nice, because you got the Hokages which are still very nice, all of them. They all got their own special thing to make them nice, and you made Naruto surpass them. He giving them chakra and shit. Like these niggas is the Hokage. That mean they're the best of the best, and nobody colder than them in their village.
Yeah.
So therefore, if anything, Naruto should be maybe equal. I give him equal because he a Jinchuriki. But other than that, he can't be the best though. That's why it's poorly written. That's why I would prefer something more like a One Piece over a Naruto. Naruto just got better action.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It is crazy. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this segment up, people. Like we said, man, Naruto has a great story, great storyline, great characters, a lot of characters. Nowhere near One Piece, but a lot of characters in the world is engaging. You know what I mean? So, but that'll conclude this show. We kind of went a long time. We went about almost 20 minutes. But hey, we're talking about Naruto though. So this has been another Gamers Federation production. I'm AI. He's Dub D. That's King Bean in the back. Hold on. Also, don't forget to check us out on Twitter at capital GF Roman numeral 13. Catch us out on Spreaker. We do a show every Wednesday. We start between 7 and 8 and usually end about 9:30. So check us out on there. We'll have a Facebook page coming up. And also feel free to like the video, subscribe, click whatever, comment below. Just do something to help support us. So I'm going to end it on that note. You guys have any parting words before we close this out real quick?
Not really, man. Just... Oh, I do want to say that as far as, since we are on the subject of Hunter x Hunter, I definitely want to give them a shout out because they're one of the few, if not the only person show who, like, their story is like, between the 3 of us and maybe with the addition of Zell, I like to say that we've killed a lot of anime, whether it was prestigious or just, one and done. And I feel like the story and the level of, like, you know, just the ability to just kind of hit you from an angle you wasn't expecting them to come from, they really did that with Hunter x Hunter with the conclusion of this Chimera Ant arc. Like, I mean, like, the whole roller coaster ride with the king and the ants, it was bumpy, it was smooth, it was questionable, it was, oh, I know what's finna happen, but it was like you never could just pinpoint exactly what was going on. And like the way it ended and how things progressed, I really like that. And that's saying a lot for me, because, you know, like a typical dude, I'm into like action and everything like that, and that's what I watch anime for like good story, nice characters and action. But to say that like they kind of trailed off a little bit on action and focused mainly on story, like it was very well done with the whole conclusion with the king and how he progressed from he was born to where you know what's going on now. And yeah, that was real good. Like, you don't see that too much in anime. They always follow that cookie cutter formula most of the time, and it was a breath of fresh air. So basically, shout out to Hunter x Hunter. If y'all ain't watched it, I don't know what you're doing with your life. If you're an anime fan, you need to check that out.
Yes, sir.
Shit. I kind of like to give a shout out to One Piece for going on so long and still being super entertaining and keeping that level there without going the route like Naruto had to go. You know, being such an old anime.
Right.
You know, because normally by this time you got to do what Naruto them doing, and same thing that Dragon Ball Z did, and even Yu Yu Hakusho. You have to take it to this high level where, you know, your main character had to be the best or by now. But on One Piece, they're really doing it right. I mean, if only they had a little bit better art style besides, you know, the goofy art style, which is fine. You know, it's watchable.
I could watch it. I could watch it if it was a little bit better.
But because the art style is their only downfall, because they have the moves, they have the power, they have the storyline. Probably one of the better storylines on the anime period. That's why it's probably like still at the top reigning. You know, it's up there. No offense to Hunter, because I love Hunter as well. Everybody know I love Hunter, but I feel like in a second, by the next season, they're gonna be going that same route as the Naruto's and all of that, based off of what I've seen this last arc. So they ain't got no choice but to go to this next level of power, so they can, you know, like I've seen it before. Not to give no spoiler alert, but, you know, Gon end up having the same power level as the king, and nobody can mess with the king. So they have to go to that next level. That's all they got left.
Oh, well, that is yet to be confirmed, and we gonna see.
We gonna see.
But appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Gamers Federation signing off. Catch you guys later.
Peace.